Oh, I wasn't very neat with that one, look. Nothing new there, though, is there? Well, I've been really looking forward to getting this mould. It's butterflies, and it makes butterfly jewelries. It's designed for both UV resin and 1-to-1 resin. I'm going to be using 1-to-1 resin in it today because I think these are going to make some beautiful jewelry. I'm going to be using several different techniques, and I'm going to go through with you the techniques that I'm going to be using. So these ones I'm also going to do with the chrome powders in exactly the same way as I've done those ones. I'm going to choose some different colours. I'm going to have a light blue here. And again, we don't have to worry about the background because we're going to add the background at the end. Don't forget to burnish these a little bit because it really makes a big difference to how it's going to look at the end. When I say burnish, I mean just rub over it a few times with whatever it is you're applying it with. I'm so messy. I'm sure you'll be much more tidier than me. And these will be available in the UK soon, I've been told. But, I mean, you can, if you've got an American Amazon account, a lot of UK people do have, then you can order them from there, I believe. So we'll give that a bit of a wipe. All I've got here is a baby wipe and another one of these things here, and we'll clear up right the way through there where we don't want it, where I flicked the brush. Doesn't matter if a little bit gets about. And then these ones, these bits of the wing, I'm going to do in red. The other thing was this mould, you did get all the little bits come with it as well, so you haven't got to buy those. They came in with it, which surprised me. You don't get that very often now. You used to get it all the time, but now you don't. And there we go. I'm quite happy with that. I'm also going to try it with chameleon powders on these larger ones here. Them on. So I'm using a mixture of blue and gold here. This one, I'm not going to clean up in any way. I'm going to leave that in there like that. See how that comes out. And this is, again, the chameleon powder. I love them all, really, because they're so sparkly. And these ones, I'm going to do a mixture of the chrome powders and some chameleon flakes. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to use the red chrome powders. And you do get two molds of this. You get some with full butterflies. But I want to make up some wings to start with. And then the chameleon flakes. Oh, I'm so tempted to put the galaxy. No, not the galaxy. The lime. I'm gonna do it, he says. I'm just going to pop some chameleon flakes on my brush. Put them in there. Give them a bit of a brush round. Like that. Love all these sparkly things. I think I must have been a magpie or something in my previous life. There we go. So that's the chameleon flakes. Oh, I'm going to do another one like that with twos. But this time I'm going to use the chameleon powder and the chameleon flakes. We're never going to know which is which, are we? So I better write on this. So this is chrome powder and chameleon flakes. This is chameleon powder. This is chameleon powder. And this is chrome powder. Chrome powder. Right, hopefully that I will remember what all those mean. If not, I'll have to look back on the video. I'm definitely going to do another one of those of the chameleon powder and the chameleon flakes. I love that. And these two, what I'm going to do is a little bit of chrome powder in these and some alcohol ink. So we can have a look and see how that goes. So I've got my chrome powders. What I'm going to do with these two is a little bit of chameleon powder and some alcohol ink. So we can see how that goes with the alcohol inks in there. I'm going to be using a little bit of the red in there like that. And some of the golden one. I'm not going to put too much in. And then I'm going to do something similar over this side with the chameleon powders and then again with alcohol inks. Well, I've got my resin mixed up now, and before I put any colour in it, what I want to do is put some resin in these ones, which are going to have the alcohol inks in, and then leave it to do its own thing for about 18 minutes. And if you, like me, struggled with your alcohol inks, then I've got a video out which will really help you master alcohol inks and get some great results. I'll link it at the end of this one. I think you'll really enjoy it and it'll help you get some great results. Honestly, it really will. I'm trying my hardest not to over pour these. That's why I'm dropping in a little bit of resin in these tails. Now, I'm working on heat mat, and that's because I want to heat this up, but it's not on at the moment. So then those two are going to be alcohol ink, and the other ones are going to be just with the black in it. So I've got some black pigment here. This isn't mica powder or anything like that. It's just black pigment. And this really does help the chrome powders to show up and the chameleon flakes and the chameleon powders having a darker background. And you don't need much of that. I'll link it in the description, so if you want to get hold of it, you can easily get hold of it. dark as I think it needs to be. And if you're like me, you're not very good at pouring into shallow things like this, then always you use a pipette. And this will really help you control it. But just make sure you wipe your pipette and the tip before you do it, because that way you've got a lot more control. And then you can just drop that in there like that. And if it's not going around the end, just take the tip of one of these micro brushes and encourage that to go round where the loop of your earring is going to be. So I've popped my heat mat on now, and it's on a medium heat. Not only will that help cure these up a lot quicker, but it will also help and get ready for when I'm going to put in my alcohol inks. I'm going to quickly run over these with a long neck lighter. Now my heat mat is starting to warm up, and now I can drop my alcohol inks in. And this is the medium depth sinker I'm using here. I put a bit too much white in those ones, but we'll live with that to start with. Came out a bit quick. And now I'm going to leave that to sit on there for 18 minutes before I do anything else. So these have been sitting here long enough now on this, and all I'm going to do is give them a bit of a swirl. I'm not going to give them a deep swirl. I'm only going to give them a bit of a swirl like that. And the same for these ones. And now I'm going to leave them to cure as they are on this heat mat for about an hour. And then we can probably look at them. These are all cured now, and I can't wait to look at them. It took a couple of hours to cure. I turned the mat off, and then I've let them cool down. Remove that now. I don't need that under there. I really can't wait to have a look at what they look like. I'm more interested in these alcohol ink ones. So let's take those out first. Look at that. Oh, they're very, very pretty. Look at that. Look how pretty they are. Oh, I do like those. And just adding that little bit of, I think it was chrome powder I put in there. Really giving it a great 3D look. And I'm going to make some of these up using the bits and pieces that came with the mould, and then I'll show you what they look like all made up. Oh, that's really pretty too. Got the Petri effect in the back there. So this was chrome powder on its own. If you don't want to use a black background, you can use another colour as well. And they've come out very, very pretty. So you could use blue or anything. Any colour, really. Oh, I wasn't very neat with that one, look. Nothing new there, though, is there? And I think that's come out very, very pretty, too. I do love butterfly wings. This was chrome powder. And these were chameleon powders. And they've come out very pretty. And that was chrome powders as well. I love the alcohol ink ones. I think the combination of those two has really, really worked well. Exquisitely well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bits that came with it and make some of these up and then show you what they look like finished. Well, they're all done now, and I think they've come out really, really well. They look great as earrings, and of course, I look pretty in mine. How pretty am I? And I look so lovely with my pretty grey beard and my pretty grey earring. And I love the way they've come out. I think they're really, really pretty. And combining the different powders and alcohol inks, I've absolutely worked a treat. Definitely these ones are my absolute favourite, but I like them all. And if you want to learn more about making earrings and jewellery and things like that, then check out the video I've got coming up next. I think that will really help you. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.